Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. I hope you guys are doing great. Thank you so much for joining us. And today I'm joined by my good friend Carlos from the YouTube channel Brooklyn Fragrance Lover.
What's up? What's up? Happy to be here. How are you?
Thank you so much, Carlos. I'm doing great. Happy that you took the time to come over. It really means a lot to me. Yeah, so it seemed to almost be like a weekly routine now, right? We're always like, I don't know, we're like kids in a candy store, you know, we get all these new fragrances and we're like, man, I just got this, you need to try it.
Share with each other, for sure.
Yeah, all the time. So, no, honestly, I got a few that I shared with you today. I'm hoping you like some of them. You definitely shared a lot with me today that I really like the New Xerjoff, and you shared a couple others, one by
Celestia,
Matriarch. And
all I smell is a Xerjoff. Every time you wave your hand, I get a whiff of it.
Yeah, by far the strongest one out of all the ones that we've tried today. In any case, today we're going to be reviewing a fragrance by the company Anthropologie. So many of you might have heard of this brand before. I know there's one particular branch that I always pass whenever I'm in New York. And the fragrance, it's kind of a long name. It's called Istanbul. She listened for his whisper. So it's a pretty cool presentation with this one. I won't go too much in detail, but it kind of looks like a book. So it's very reminiscent of the Imaginary Authors line. Now, of course, Josh Meyer is the perfumer behind one of their fragrances, not this one. The perfumer for this one is Olivia Jan. I think Josh Meyer did She Called, but He Was Unreachable.
Yeah, I heard that.
I might have gotten the pronouns mixed up.
The collection is called Fictions.
Right, so it's Fictions, and they're all eau de parfum concentration. And believe it or not, I saw this in my local TJ Maxx.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Cool.
So it was selling for a really affordable price. And here on the inside, you have a little bit of a description on the fragrance. And this one is named after Istanbul, which is a city in Turkey. And it's supposed to be a marriage between ancient and modern.
Okay.
So we have a variety of different notes in here. Here's the bottle, by the way. It has like an old-fashioned pen engraved on the top of the cap. It has kind of like a movie ticket here on the front, or like an admit one. Really cool presentation, definitely like off-center. And with this one, you're going to get a lot of rose, a lot of saffron, musk in the base. I believe you have some woods in there, but mostly what I get is like a spicy rose, mostly rose and saffron.
Oh.
So now
I want to say thank you to his wife who provided me with a hot toddy. I was a little stuffed before and my throat was a little itchy. She gave me a hot toddy. Yeah. And it's really delicious. And I smell this much more now than I did before when I first got here.
How funny. Yeah.
But it's not an in-your-face. It's not bold. There's a sheerness about it. I smell rose, and it smells like a spicy rose, but not overly spicy.
Yeah.
Not Istanbul, Turkey spicy is what I mean.
I would agree. Yeah, I would agree.
Just like a hint of the cardamom, and I love the note of cardamom. Really, I do. And it's clean and musky. That's what I get from this first right here.
It's a clean rose. I definitely agree. Initially, it reminded me a lot of Rose 31 by Le Labo. So if you like the more spicy rose fragrances, I think you should certainly check this out, especially if you happen to be a fan of Rose 31. This one, the presence of the saffron note also reminded me a lot of Alpha by Menditorosa. And I think because it doesn't have some of the more, I hate to call them BO spices, but like cumin or coriander, like we see in Rose 31, this one is not nearly going to be as I don't want to use the word dirty because I think that's a misrepresentation.
I said cardamom before I meant to say saffron.
Okay, yeah, totally got it.
This, I know exactly what you mean about those types of notes.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I owned Rose 31 from Le Labo. I love the house. I really, really do. And I had owned Rose 31 at one point, and one of the young girls at work, when I used to be the buyer for the Long Island location, she says, oh, it's very musky and spicy. I don't know. Her reaction, I just never wore it again. I don't usually listen to what people, but, this doesn't have that. It's rosy. It's got some spice, but it's also sheer and pleasant to the nose. It doesn't assault with overly spicy, like cumin and things of that nature. And Rose 31 can be like that.
To a lot, yeah. Actually, I think I was wearing Rose 31 one day, and my wife goes, "You smell like you were just at a bar."
Okay.
And that's so weird. I don't know if it's the spices, and maybe the spices are used in the fermentation of some alcoholic spirits, but there was just something about Rose 31 that was a little bit too spicy. Now, I have owned that for many, many years now. I personally really, really love it. And I'm usually not a fan of the cleaner rose fragrances. I would probably say the cleanest rose that I love is Lyric Man.
What's a clean? I was gonna say
Yeah.
that's an example of a clean rose.
To me, at least, you have the lime in there and the soft woods. Here, you do have some blonde woods in the background, so I like that it's not anything too aggressive, although there is a note of oud. I didn't mention that, but I don't really get a lot of it. It's more the rose and the saffron. That's it.
It may, perhaps on skin, come off more pronounced than on paper.
Yeah.
But this is almost delicate, dare I say.
Yeah.
You know? Not quite feminine, but definitely delicate.
Yeah, yeah. Agreed. I don't think it's feminine at all. I actually wore this one on Valentine's Day.
Aww.
Yeah, I was looking at my table of fragrances, and I'm like, which one has like a romantic note in there? And I almost went with like Ferragamo Uomo because of the sweetness, the cinnamon, and everything. But I ended up going with this.
Sorry.
No, I love that
Uomo.
one. I actually wore that today too. But yeah, I went with this one. I really like it. I think it's a really nice rose-based scent. I think it's a pretty cool concept that they're doing with this house too.
This is real cute. I think this is adorable, this packaging right here. The bottle is nestled in this little, like, foamer or something. It's cut out the shape of the bottle.
Yeah.
And it has, I guess, some kind of...
It's like a fictional story, and it's the beginning of the first chapter, and then it just ends very abruptly, just on the first page. Like, that's all you get. I don't know if they let you read more of it online. I didn't really do my research to that extent.
Do you know the price point of this?
I do not. I'm going to leave all that information here, but I would imagine it's not too expensive. I know I've heard some other reviewers talk about some of their fragrances.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. In specific, I think it was Manny, and he talked about the Josh Meyer composition.
Ah, yes. I do vaguely remember that.
So, yeah, I mean, it's been getting just a little bit of play, but I think this one is definitely worth checking out. What I like about it is that it doesn't smell boring or bland or generic, that it's really different. And I don't mean different in terms of niche quality, even though I would say it's niche quality if such a thing even exists. But I think the composition itself is just very different. You know, it pushes the envelope a little bit.
And what I appreciate about it, you know, There's no rough edges. I hate rough edges in a perfume composition. You know, either blaring too much rose or too sharp. Or I think it's very nicely rounded and, you know, polished. The edges are polished, not.
Yeah, it's not aggressive. It's not. It's not. One thing to mention about the concept, though, I think it's pretty cool that it kind of looks like books. And I think we're seeing this a lot now with imaginary authors and zoologists, and pardon the pun, but I don't think this is a novel concept in the sense of we've seen a lot of like scent of departure, right? Tried to represent different cities and what they would smell like. We also saw that with Guerlain's collection. Guerlain had a collection of the sort, but this is, I think it is a cool concept, and I think it is worth checking it out, especially considering the price point from what I remember that it's not that expensive. So I would definitely go ahead and give this a shot. Oh yeah, it even said a perfume by Olivia Jan. I remember I was doing the research right before, and I'm like, who's a perfumer? But it's right there.
The book thing is kind of, you know.
Yeah, it's been done.
Like imaginary authors comes to mind right away.
Yeah, sure. But by the way, this is novel 5. So if you are a collector and you're collecting all of them, this is novel 5. But really cool design. Actually, this is one time, pardon the other pun, or the idiom, but I actually judged a book by its cover. I was in the store and I saw this on the shelf along with other fragrances, and I said, oh my God, what is this? And then I picked it up and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm familiar with this line. And then I was like, you know what, the price is right, and I ended up picking it up, and I'm super, super impressed. Oh, so it retails. It's funny. It's right. Everything is on there. We just gotta read.
You know what?
We gotta open our eyes.
Stephanie on my last video totally played me on the Nishain Istanbul. Speaking of Istanbul, the notes are all on the bottle, on the bottom of the bottle. Like I never ever noticed that until I did my review with her the other night.
Jeez.
So how much is it? $48. $50.
$48.
Another thing I have to say, like Istanbul, I would have thought something much more spicier and aggressive. This doesn't kind of fit in with that. Although it smells nice and pleasant, But it just I was expecting something more spicy, like aggressively spicier than this.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Agreed.
But again, smells good. Nothing assaulted my nose in any way.
Right. I would wear this one in the fall. I think the performance was pretty good.
I would wear this year round.
Year round?
Yeah, it smells light enough.
Yeah, maybe the spring too with the florals. It's sort of evocative of the spring. But those intermediary seasons, like I probably wouldn't wear this one in the dead of summer on like a really hot day. Probably this presence of the spices might choke somebody out. But I think this is great for formal wear, maybe shirt and tie, suit and tie, because it's different, you know? Versatility, I think, is pretty solid. Performance was really good too. Like I said, 6 to 7 hours, and projection was really good too. If you had to give this an overall score, 1 out of 5, what would you give it?
I'll give it a 3.8.
Okay, all right.
Not 3.8, 3.8, like just a little bit.
Almost a 4, right?
A 3. I'll go with 3. That's my final answer.
Alrighty. I guess for me, because it reminds me so much of Rose 31, and I am a huge fan of Rose 31, it's among my favorites. Like I love Patchouli 24, Rose 31, Santal 33.
I respectfully disagree. I don't get Rose 31 from this.
Really?
No.
Okay.
But this is what this is all about, you know?
Yeah, to each his own. True.
What smells like doo-doo to me might be like your best fragrance you ever smelled ever in your life. So who's to say? Nobody can tell you what you smell, you know?
That's right.
So
one man's trash.
As Andy Tower just copyrighted, or what do you call that, a logo when you trademarked. Trust your nose. Very important thing to remember in this hobby for sure.
That's cool. Definitely. So I'm going to give this one a 4 out of 5.
Oh, yeah. I thought you were going to go under. All right. Okay, cool.
Yeah, no, I really like it. I think it's a great fragrance. Super, super solid. I'm going to leave all the information down below if you are looking forward to checking it out. I'm also going to leave Carlos's information down below, so I'm sure you're subscribed to him. But just in case you're not, go ahead and check out his channel. He has a lot of really, really great content. So once again, Carlos, thank you so much for coming over. Thank you so much for doing this review with me.
You are the best.
No,
I love this guy
you are the
here.
best.
No, you're the best.
No, you're... All right, we can
cheese
stop
ball.
there.
We're going to end it right now.
All right, guys, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Remember, we smell well so you can smell good, and we'll see you in the next episode. Take care.
Smell good.